One thing I think is super important is to swap up the meals that you're providing for your family, and this is one of my favorite fall meals that I make. If you're just meeting me, my name is Amy Cross, and this is the Cross Legacy, where I teach you how to save money on groceries and to use seasonal produce to make easy meals. This recipe that we are making today is one of the recipes in my Zero Waste Produce Guide, so make sure you check out the link in the description. I want to walk through the different ingredients I have here and talk about how I'm able to keep them fresh a little bit longer. The star of the show for this is the acorn squash, which I love to be able to get squash in the fall time, and I bring it home and wash it in a vinegar wash, and then I'm able to use it as decorations on my counter during the fall time. I always make sure to cut off both ends of the acorn squash, and then I'm going to cut it in the middle, and that way it lays easier on the tray. I love when I serve this with the stuffing inside of it. It looks like a sunflower and it just makes me really happy. Ground sausage is something that I make sure that is on my shopping list, especially during the fall and winter months. I seem to use it more. But when you are storing it away, if you put it in the refrigerator in the styrofoam container, it will only stay fresh for about 3 months. So if you're getting it on sale, you might want to move it into a different container to store it in the freezer for longer. In our family, we have one family member that's a vegetarian. So if they are home, then I make sure to also add some lentils or some rice to this instead of just having the sausage, and I'm able to keep them separate. This is also one of the first recipes I normally make of the fall when we have the fresh apples that are picked from this year. So sometimes the apples that you're getting at the grocery store could be up to a year old. And so I love being able to bring back in the fresh produce when it's in season. I also love during the fall season to be able to stock up on onions and garlic, and these will last for many months if you store them away from potatoes. I store my greens in these stasher silicone type bags that I'm able to take the fresh produce and then put it into the freezer if I still have some left before my next grocery shopping trip. So this is actually some frozen kale that I'm going to sneak into this with some fresh spinach. And this recipe does call for some pine nuts, but I haven't purchased any yet. Normally I put those in my Thanksgiving stuffing, but we're going to use some cashews that I have here on hand. And all of the rest of the items are things that you should have on hand already, like salt and pepper and oil and a few seasonings. And my fall grocery shopping trip always means a fresh block of Parmesan cheese. So it seems like we use it more during the fall and winter time than the rest of the year. So I always make sure that I have a fresh one. This complete recipe you'll be able to find linked in the description for the blog post for it. And then if you're interested in checking out the Zero Waste Produce Guide, it has 75 fruits and vegetables in there, but also 40 meal ideas. This is also a great item if you wanted to meal prep the stuffing part of it and freeze it for later, and then you can use more squash throughout the season. So you can actually double batch this and save it for later. And this will work for any type of squash. It doesn't have to be acorn squash. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit subscribe, and I spend time every single day trying to answer all of the questions and comments. So make sure that you are asking any questions that you have. This smells amazing, and just like fall here in our house, I did put a little bit of the extra stuffing down on the plate, and this is how I'm going to serve it for dinner tonight.